Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to another video here on the channel, and today I'm here bringing you the second part of things you probably didn't know about Red Dead 2. The first episode I posted last week was a success considering the size of the channel, so that's why I'm here today with the second part. So if you enjoyed this series and want to show support, dude, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss out on new videos. So without further ado, let's talk about the 9 things you probably didn't know about Red Dead 2. Let's go. Number 1. Brumas the Bear. During the epilogue of Red Dead 2, Sadie takes us to do some bounty missions to help John pay off his debt to the bank, and in one of these missions we need to capture a man named Marshall Thurwell. Everything goes smoothly in the mission until we come across a completely brutalized corpse on the ground near a cabin, and inside that cabin is the wanted man taking refuge from a supposed beast that appears seconds later and turns out to be a gigantic bear. During the mission, it's impossible to kill him no matter how many shots we take, and at the end of the scene, the bear runs away never to be seen again in the game. The curiosity here lies in his physical appearance, with scars that closely resemble the legendary bear from Red Dead 1, the Brumas. Putting the images side by side, it's undeniable, man, to recognize that it's the same animal, which can be found and killed years later by John in the first game. Man, simply fantastic, this curiosity, as it gives a greater sense of reality to the bear's survival. Number 2. Introduction of Bertram in Saint Denis. In Van Horn, we can do one of the most caricatured missions of the whole game, where we meet Miss Marjorie, the so-called mother of Bertram and Magnifico, 2 men who work in the circus. Bertram suffers from microcephaly, which is a degenerative disease that has caused his low intellectual intelligence and the disproportionality of his head due to his smaller brain size. On the other hand, Magnifico is a dwarf who performs various magic tricks using smoke and everything else. Unlike Bertram, he does not have mental disorders, as evidenced by his decision not to work for Marjorie anymore, as he believed she was not paying him a fair amount. Throughout the missions, we convince him to return to Marjorie and Bertram, with the missions ending when we manage to reconcile the relationship among the group.
Come to Mama.
Oh, I did miss you.
Now, don't you ever run off on us like that again!
Back together! Back together!
Well, I'm glad it all worked out.
Thanks to you. Thank him, boys.
Thank you!
Thanks for nothing, dummy.
No, get in the back. We ought to give you a piece of the gate on our next show. You earned it.
Huh?
We'll be playing Saint Denis next. Check with the box office. Here!
In the end, Marjorie tells us to check out her next show, which will be in the city of Saint Denis. She also mentions that she will give us a share of the ticket sales as a way of thanking us for our help. Interestingly, very few people actually went to see the show at the theater, and I was among them. Once you arrive, you can watch the performance that lasts about 7 minutes, where Bertram gets really angry, almost breaking a guy's spine, and Magnifico making Marjorie's clothes disappear. The show is quite funny and definitely worth watching. After the show, you can stop by the box office to pick up a thank you letter from Marjorie and collect your share at the box office in the amount of $40, which was a lot of money for that time. A curiosity about this mission is that it should have happened back in Red Dead 1, which was released in 2010. The basis for this is a removed mission found in the game files, describing a mission where we meet a giant and a dwarf, so it's very likely that this mission idea, or at least its skeleton, was reused for Red Dead 2. Did you know that? Then comment below with your opinion. Arthur's name in the memorial in Saint Denis, you can find a woman near the mayor's house collecting donations for the expansion of a memorial in the city, the Quincy Harris Memorial, a shelter for homeless veterans and their families.
Can I tell you a little about what we're doing here?
Sure.
Less than a minute, I promise. We're trying to raise money to build an expansion to the Quincy Harris Memorial Hall, a shelter for homeless veterans and their families. Can you help? A donation of $20 would put us well on our way.
$20 ain't no chicken feed, but sure, I can help you out.
That's very kind. What is your name, sir?
Arthur Morgan.
Your donation will be acknowledged on a founder's plaque when the building is completed. You have a great day, Mr. Morgan.
In the end, after listening to her speech, we make a donation in the amount of $20. And happy for the contribution, the woman says that Arthur's name will be displayed on the founder's plaque when the building is ready. And well, that actually happens. When returning to the location sometime later with John Marston, we can find the building completed with the founder's plaque in front. And upon examining it, John will be surprised to find the name of none other than Arthur Morgan. His reaction to this is one of the most spontaneous I've ever seen in all of Rob's performance as John. Look, a tear even falls. You might think it's an exaggeration to have Arthur's name there for a mere donation of $20, but back then the value had a completely different meaning. By calculating today's inflation to the value of money back then, we can discover that $20 in 1899 are equivalent to approximately $800 nowadays. So with that, we can see how extremely generous Arthur was in making the donation. Number 4. Secret cutscene in Trelawny's mission. In the mission where we rescue Trelawny in Rhodes, there is a very interesting possibility to see a secret curiosity with Arthur. At a certain point in the mission, we track down 2 men with Charles to interrogate them about Trelawny's location. And to trigger the secret cutscene, we must kill one of the men before getting close. That way the cutscene will play out. Check it out.
It's not how we do things. You know that. Jeb! No. Wait.
Now, where were we? Where's my friend, buddy? Come on, speak!
Hey! No! No, he's in a cabin. Down by Braithwaite Manor. Near the cornfield.
Thank you. Charles, come on.
And as you could see, this is one of the most intense scenes of Arthur throughout the whole game. It even feels a bit disconnected from his character since Arthur doesn't have this fiery and irritated personality. Surely very few of you knew this when you played, as we usually avoid killing people that the game doesn't instruct us to for fear of failing a mission and so on. But tell me, did you already know about this when you played? Share your thoughts in the comments. Number 5, Katherine Braithwaite's body, and to wrap up the story mode trivia, I'm gonna talk about this one, which despite being well known is one of the coolest trivia in the whole game. In the Rhodes chapter, we get involved in a dispute with the Braithwaites that ends up causing a series of problems. The main one being the kidnapping of young Jack, and in retaliation, the gang attacks the family mansion and kills everyone in their way, resulting in the death of all of Katherine's children. She ends up being spared in the end when she reveals she sold Jack to Angelo Bronte, and upon being released, she runs straight to the burning mansion, never to be seen again. But the fact is, we can return to the destroyed mansion later on to find her body completely charred and unrecognizable. The only thing indicating that the body belongs to Katherine is the fact that we saw her running towards the flames and a brooch on the ground with her name on it. Another interesting thing is that right next to it, we can find a very valuable gold bar. I think this is one of the best trivia in the whole game, seriously. Number 6, Dutch and Susan, a long time at the camp. Now I'm going to continue with some camp curiosities. The first one I'm going to address is related to Dutch and Susan's reactions to Arthur's actions. In the previous video, I talked about how the gang complains when we spend too much time away from the camp, which even causes a decrease in honor. But did you know that the opposite also triggers a negative reaction? That's right. By spending too much time lounging around the camp, Dutch and Susan may make comments about how Arthur needs to become proactive again. Check it out, guys.
Come on, Arthur. Stop daydreaming. I need that man of action back.
Sure.
Thank you. Now get out of here and do something.
What's wrong with you, Mr. Morgan?
How'd you mean?
You're stuck in camp all the time. You used to be such a man of action.
Well, I'm sorry.
Number 7, Susan washing Arthur. The second curiosity of the camp that I consider the best by far is what Susan does with Arthur if we spend too much time dirty at the camp. It's pretty easy to come across this curiosity at the first camp because it's close to Valentine. So to get really dirty, just go to the city and find a way to keep falling into the main street, which is full of mud. This way, Arthur gets completely filthy. After that, just stay at the camp circling around for a while, and in the meantime, you will be approached by Susan who will complain, triggering that legendary cutscene.
Mr. Morgan, you're quite a sight.
What's fun?
You're revolting, and you'll get all of us sick. Come with me.
Have a lovely meal, folks. I'm sort of busy right now.
I wasn't asking. I'm telling. My camp, my rules. Come on. Get.
Hey, here's some money for your troubles.
Why, thank you, kind sir. No.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's go.
Dude, I laughed so hard when she hit Arthur that I swear I almost passed out. The best part is when we get dirty for the second time, because then she raises her hand to slap and Arthur is already on the defensive. Dude, this is one of the most mind-blowing curiosities of the whole game that I've ever discovered. I swear I wouldn't believe that this cutscene exists if I hadn't seen it. Number 8. Being knocked out at the camp. The third and final curiosity regarding the camp is one of the most well-known but also one of the coolest. At the camp, we can have a series of really cool interactions with people, especially around the campfires at night. We can react positively or negatively, whether it's to a story someone tells or simply by greeting someone. And if you spend too much time being rude to people at the camp, you run the risk of getting punched by someone and being dragged unconscious out of the camp. That's right, usually it's Bill, John, Javier, or Charles who hits Arthur, and even though Arthur gets beaten up by another member, he kind of accepts the reaction and doesn't seek revenge when he wakes up. He just carries on with his life. Just be careful when testing out this curiosity, make a save before and only then start messing around and antagonizing everyone, because during this process you can lose a lot of honor. This can be really bad depending on your gameplay, especially if you're in the final chapters, so be careful. Number 9. Sony, Bill's friend. And to wrap up the video on a high note, I'm going to talk about what is without a doubt one of the best curiosities in the whole game. In La Grace, you can find a cabin that is very isolated in the middle of the woods. And as we approach it, we come across a lonely man who, despite his strange appearance, proves to be very kind by offering food and shelter in his home.
You must be real lonely out here, friend. So, you hungry? I got food. I got food inside. Come along. Now come here. Don't you hate old Sonny now? Don't hate him. What? Oh, you struggled. And you lost. But it was quite a tussle, I tell you. Quite a tussle, my pet. See? Friendship ain't so tough. And neither is you. Oh, my Lord.
And by making the mistake of entering the cabin, Arthur takes a strong blow to the head and becomes unconscious. Dangerously unconscious. And well, what happens after that, ladies and gentlemen, is nothing more and nothing less than Arthur Morgan's anal deflowering. After violating our dear Arthur, the man named Sony takes Arthur a few meters away from the cabin and throws him into the bushes. And upon waking up with a strange feeling there in the Netherlands, you can take your beloved but no longer innocent Arthur Morgan directly back to the cabin for the long-awaited revenge. And there are several ways to do it. Another interesting part of the curiosity is the dialogue between Bill and Arthur at the camp. It happens days after we do this event there with Sony.
I met an interesting feller in the swamp. Real interesting.
Did you?
Sure. He seemed to know all about you. I mean, all about you.
Get out of here.
He claims to have met a really interesting guy in the swamp who said he knew everything about Arthur. Man, Arthur's reaction is just awesome. Arthur knows that Bill is gay and Bill knows that Arthur met Sony, so each kind of keeps the secret from each other and it's all equivalent. And what I showed in this video is just a little bit of everything that Red Dead Redemption 2 has in terms of curiosities. In the previous video I showed that you can deform Micah's face by running a knife across it, leaving him permanently blind in one eye. If you want to see that and much more, click here next to the yellow arrow to be redirected to this amazing video. And that's it folks, success to everyone, a hug, and we'll see each other in the next video.